Welcome to Streetscape Update. I'm Kim Best, your host. Do you know what's happening in your city? Well, today we're going to talk about the completion of our Streetscape Project Phase 1. Join us outside as we talk with Keith Smith with the City of Goldsboro. Keith, here we are out here on the Streetscape Project. Phase 1 is complete.
Right.
Tell me about, you're the inspector for the City of Goldsboro for the construction site. Tell me about working with the company that we work with, which was Daniels & Daniels Construction, along with what obstacles you ran into along the way.
Well, Kim, we worked with Daniels & Daniels, Josh Price, Keith Plummer. Had a good relationship with them. Everything went great. No great big obstacles to overcome, but for the most part, it all worked out pretty good.
As with any project, you're going to have your day-to-day issues, but that's part of construction.
We're used to it.
Right, but so did we come in on the correct date? Did we come in on the budget?
Matter of fact, we come in under budget.
Wonderful.
We come in on deadline. Still got a couple items, our street lights and stuff, that we need to finish out. But
what can we expect in the next few weeks?
Well, we're hoping this week. I got an email this morning where our pedestrian lights are supposed to be in this week.
And they're the black lights that are behind us.
They're the ones you already see up. There's 8 more of those going in. I've talked with Josh this morning already, and as soon as they come in, he's going to have the electricians get right on it, and we'll have them up hopefully by the end of the week, I'm hoping.
Wonderful. So we can expect 8 more of those lights, and then there's additional lighting as well that'll be coming on this one block. We've
got 12 additional street lights, which will be a little taller than what you see now. It's sort of the same, similar looking pole, but it'll be a little taller. And our timeline for that is, I got an email this morning that says December the 1st, but they keep working on it, so we're hoping they'll get that closer in. So.
Okay, and on these particular poles, there will be some Christmas decorations added to those, is that correct?
Correct. Scott Newsom down at Building Traffic, they're working on our Christmas decorations, as you've seen, and he's got all the lights and stuff for that now, so they're getting there. It's going to look good when they get there. It'll look great.
We just want to make sure everybody understands that it's not well lit right this minute, but as soon as all the additional lights have been added to the project, it will be a very well lit block.
It'll look wonderful. It'll look Christmassy.
Exactly. And then once the Christmas season is over, we'll have plenty of pedestrian lights, and it'll be well lit for people to be able to walk up and down and enjoy the block.
It'll be better lit than it was before. Matter of fact, we'll have more lights than we had in the beginning, so it ought to look real good down here.
Well, as you are completing this project, how do you feel?
It's a relief. It's been fun. We've had a good time with it. We've had our issues, but it's been fun overall. So we found a few interesting, artifacts along the way, and we'll be showing them to you later, though. Yes,
so you were sharing that with us earlier in the week, that as we were digging up this entire block, interesting things were discovered along the way, and you've collected them all, and they'll be on display here in City Hall, and people will be able to come and see them, and we'll also do some interviews soon, so you can share what exactly you did find.
Matter of fact, we'll have them for lights up. We'll be out here on the street with them to show the people what we found, and hope everybody enjoys looking at them.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Keith. We appreciate all your help with the City of Goldsboro, and we know you are relieved.
I'm tickled to death.
Well, good job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kim.
Josh, we have completed Streetscape Phase 1. How do you feel?
We are thrilled. We're thrilled to be finished. I'm thrilled to be finished on time, despite some of the setbacks we encountered in the ground with the water pipe and the dirt, and we are very excited to be finished with the project.
I'm sure. Not only did you come out on the date, the completion date, you met that, you also came out under budget.
You got it. The city had some contingency built into their budget for some unforeseen circumstances, and we ran into the issue with having to cut the site. There was some timing issues with getting all the water lines out and getting everything replaced before we came back, but everything seemed to have worked out. And I know that was a concern with folks. It seemed like for 3 months we really weren't doing anything. It seemed like we were moving piles of dirt here and filling in holes and digging holes.
It did look that way.
But that's part of the infrastructure improvements. And once we got to the surface, things really came together and came together fast.
Yeah, those last 2 weeks, it just seemed like it was a transformation overnight almost.
Well, it did. And you get to a point in a project where every small thing you do that's visible and on the surface makes such a dramatic difference.
Right. Well, Josh, give us a recap and tell us exactly what you all did to improve this particular block.
Well, we started with the water lines and the storm drainage and the electrical lines. The water lines were all replaced. We new taps for the businesses, new main lines, new secondary lines. The same thing with the storm drainage. A lot of the storm drainage was undersized to handle the runoff when we have heavy rains on the streets. So all of that was improved. The electrical lines were moved underground to really open up, you know, overhead. It's just a completely different look. Really opens everything up.
It really does. You know, we walked out there earlier this morning just to get an overview of the entire block, and it really is such an open, inviting area. And now we have something that we've not had before, and that is the Center Street Plaza.
You've got it. The walk in the plaza, you know, it's just a nice area to if you wanted to hold downtown events. It gives a nice area to watch parades from. For lights up downtown, it's going to be a really nice area. And I know that was a main concern with a lot of people was losing the holly trees.
Right.
But I like to think that this finished product is just so much of an improvement over the old holly trees, especially the way it opens it up and it allows, you know, foot traffic to flow from one side of the street to the other without having to walk to the end of the block and come back.
Right, exactly. Well, what can we expect with these trees? I know we've planted quite a few on this one block, and the growth time, what have we been told about that?
Well, we have to remember that they are trees.
Right.
It's not going to grow as fast as a plant or a shrub would, but from what we've been told, within 10 to 15 years, the trees in the center will shoot up to 30 to 40 feet tall.
Oh goodness, they'll be fully matured in that length of time.
You've got it. Those are going to grow really fast. It's going to be really dramatic how fast they grow. The trees on the outside are not trees that get as large, but they'll also grow very quickly also.
So we have two different types and sizes of trees.
You've got it. I would say within 5 or 6 years we'll have a very nice canopy down there in the summer.
Wonderful. And in the meantime, this spring we can look forward to some foliage and enjoy watching them grow and mature.
Yes.
Well, tell us about, okay, we've got some lighting that we're still expecting the completion to happen in the next few weeks. Tell me about that.
Well, there was an issue with the street lights and the pedestrian lights being on back order. From what I understand, the city has been contacted by the supplier and that they are on the way within the next couple weeks. So you'll still see us with a presence down here, getting the lights put in. We're going to make sure that the finished product is you know, something that everybody can be proud of. And as soon as those lights come in, we're gonna make sure they're installed.
So if you drive down Center Street right now and you think that it's not lit as well as you would hope, just know that in just a matter of a couple weeks, we're going to see a difference. You
will see a difference. And you know, we're going to, luckily this timed out with the Christmas lights,
yes.
So you won't notice it as much in a week or so. But when the new street lights and new pedestrian lights do come in and are installed, it's going to be such a dramatic difference. That block is going to be lit and so much brighter at night than the other blocks. It's not even funny. I mean, it's just going to be a huge
such a difference. I mean, even under all the trees that have been planted, there are lights that shine up on the trees. There are, of course, the pedestrian lights all around. Some of the other additions are, don't we have bicycle racks and various other things along? Will you tell us some of the niceties that we have in this block that we haven't had in the past?
Sure. We've installed 4 bike racks up and down the block, and it's, you know, the purpose of this project was to encourage foot traffic, and you know, we want to keep the automobile traffic coming downtown, but you know, it gives a place where if you wanted to bring your bike downtown to pay a bill at City Hall or to come make a visit, you can come and leave your bike secure.
Right.
And that's something that has been missing. We've also added some park benches back on the block.
Seen quite a few of those.
Yeah, and in addition to the seat walls, it gives a nice place for people to come and sit and enjoy the day.
You know, I've been asked that question a lot. This was before you all put the benches out, but are we going to have seating along that block? And I kept reassuring people we would have plenty of seating, and now that part is complete and all the benches are out, I think the community will be very pleased with that.
I do too.
I think they were excited about being able to sit down during any of our downtown events as well as parades and know that they could enjoy the benches and things along the way.
Right.
Well, Josh, thank you all for what you've done. It's a huge transformation. I think the relationship between the city and Daniels is wonderful. We appreciate the hard work you all have done, and working together has been a pleasure.
Well, we appreciate that too, and it's been, you know, like any project, we've had some bumps along the way,
Of
but
course.
on our end, everything was successful, and we enjoyed working with the city.
Well, thank you so much. We'll look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Well, good morning, Meg.
Hello.
Well, with the completion of phase 1 of our Center Street project, now we can look forward to all the events that will be taking place downtown Goldsboro.
We can.
Tell me about those.
We've got Downtown Lights Up coming up on November 20th. That's downtown Goldsboro's big hurrah kickoff to the holiday season. You know, we've got Santa Claus, entertainment, free cookies and cocoa and trolley rides, and the new section of street is going to be decorated beautifully.
Yeah, tell me about these decorations.
I'm really excited to see what it looks like all lit up. We've got, in the trees that line the center plaza, there's lights in every tree.
Of course, and the lighting underneath the trees will help as well.
And then we've got, obviously, City Hall's decorated. We have a lot of new decorations to tie in with Center Street. We've got along even the side streets like Walnut and Mulberry. They've all got new decorations that light up.
So we're slowly replacing those.
We are. And the new light poles will have eventually wreaths that are on them too. So
will they be lit as well?
They will. It's just,
Great.
It's going to be beautiful downtown. We've got great new decorations. You know, downtown has really gotten a facelift, and I've noticed the spirit of the people downtown has really changed because of it.
As you've seen, you know, the last few days as we've been downtown working out the last little bit of what needs to be finished and completed, we've had business owners coming out wanting to talk about it, and you can feel the excitement in the air. We're finally there. This whole project for the phase 1 is almost complete, and the business owners seem to be ecstatic over that. We've had several come out and talk to us about it and say how excited they are and how they're going to change the landscape of their business to give it a facelift as well.
And that's what we really hoped would come of this. You know, people would see that, you know, all right, we're going to improve the look of our main drag downtown, and, you know, we were hoping business owners would then say, well, you know, I want to do something to my building too that'll reflect the change downtown.
Exactly. Well, back to Lights Up. So that particular night, everything will be lit. We'll have entertainment on the steps of City Hall. Now, we're having lots of local entertainment. Is that correct?
Yes, we are. Lots of theater groups. We've got a high school jazz band coming in.
Great.
A youth drum line coming in. So it'll be
a big variety.
Yes, big variety.
So lots of entertainment. Will we have some snow? Can we make it snow that night, Meg?
I think we can make it snow.
You think we can?
Yes. We will have some
She
snow.
has worked her magic.
I get to play Mother Nature for this event.
Yes.
Usually I am battling with Mother Nature for it not to rain, but this time we're going to have some snow.
Wonderful. So it's the cocoa and cookies and snow and trolley rides with Santa and entertainment and lots of arts and crafts for young children to be able to participate in, some reindeer food maybe.
Yes.
You never know what may all be going on downtown at Lights Up. Well, after that event, what's taking place downtown?
We've got free trolley rides through the holiday season. So every Tuesday from November 27th through December 18th, people can come downtown from 6 to 8 p.m., line up in front of City Hall, and take a holiday trolley tour of downtown Center Street.
Enjoy the beautiful new block, and as well as all the Christmas decorations in the storefronts and down the entire Center Street. Well, don't we have a Christmas parade coming up?
We do, December 1st.
December 1st, Goldsboro Christmas Parade. Tell me what's going on with that. Is that, what time of day is that?
It's at 4 p.m.
Okay.
And the JCs organize the Christmas parade, but they've got lots of great participation. They've got floats and, you know, local schools that come in, and they're going to be walking down Center Street. So we've got a beautiful new area in the middle of the street for people to line up and enjoy the parade. So I hope everyone comes down and checks it out.
And now we have Center Street Plaza, which is a big circle area where we have the bench seating as well as the brick seating, I guess you would call it. So there's lots of areas for people to be able to come and watch, but there's also lots of areas for them to be able to come and sit and enjoy the parade and events as well. Anything else on your agenda for the next little bit?
We've got a cash mob on December 7th. People can vote online on our website at dgdc.org for the business they want to support. And they just come out that evening, spend 20 minutes, half hour shopping at a local business to support our homegrown economy. And then later that evening we have the Santa Stumble, which is our holiday bar crawl. So everybody, throws on their gaudiest sweaters and their Santa hats.
Tacky Christmas, huh?
Yes, and they come out, and the restaurants downtown each have a really festive drink special they're featuring, and we're doing something unique this time. We're having a designated driver perk card. So anybody who's a designated driver can go to our website and print out a card, and they get a free soda on the rocks. at every restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, it sounds like you all have a great schedule planned for the holiday season to keep it festive and keep things happening downtown Goldsboro. So we do want to invite everyone to come down and enjoy this new 200 block of Center Street, but also all the way up and down our downtown streets. Come out and enjoy the new festivities and things that'll be happening downtown Goldsboro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your support, Meg, and coming on a bi-weekly basis and filling us in on what's happening downtown Goldsboro.
No problem. Thank you.
Well, Randy, tell me more about the traffic lights that we can expect here on the 200 block of Center Street.
Well, we currently have 5 pedestrian lights up. Unfortunately, when they were shipped, there was a problem with the bulbs, so we've had to order some new bulbs. The new bulbs are anticipated to actually be here today. So hopefully this afternoon or tomorrow we can get the new bulbs installed and activate those 5 pedestrian lights.
Okay, so as people drive down Center Street presently and they see the lights up, we need them to understand they're not lit
That's
at this
correct.
point in time.
Yeah,
okay.
due to the bad bulbs, but the new bulbs are on the way and should be here today. The rest of the pedestrian lighting has, as Josh had mentioned earlier, was back ordered, but is expected to be shipped to us this week.
And they're the tall black lights.
They are the smaller black lights. That's
Okay.
the pedestrian scale lighting, and they should hopefully be here this week, and we can hopefully get them installed the end of this week, first part of next week. The taller street lights, which are the bigger versions of our lights out there, they should hopefully be here in the next couple of weeks as well.
Okay. Well, the other piece of information that you and I were discussing earlier we thought that might be beneficial to share with the public is there is a change in the traffic pattern in one section of Center Street. Can you share that with us?
Well, the new section of Center Street here in front of City Hall is a one-lane section with a bicycle lane. And so when you're heading northbound on Center Street and you get to Mulberry, just as you're transitioning into the new section of Streetscape, you have to transition from 2 lanes to 1 lane. So if you're coming straight through, the left lane is the straight lane and the right lane is a dedicated right turn lane that you turn right onto Mulberry. So traffic that's going to continue through the Center Street block to Ash Street needs to be in the left lane. Traffic that's going to go right would be in the right lane to turn onto Mulberry.
Okay, and in the past it was complete
You had
2
2
lanes.
lanes and both could go through.
Okay.
Now the traffic that's going to go through needs to stay to the left, and traffic that's going to turn right onto Mulberry, that's now a dedicated right turn lane. And right now with it transitioning from the old section of Streetscape to the new section of Streetscape, you have 2 lanes that go down to 1. If in additional phases of Streetscape, it'll all be 1 lane and you won't have that transition issue.
Okay, okay. Well, Randy, with the entire project being completed now, we're down to the last little bit, the little finishing touches. Tell me, how do you feel about this? We've been through the project from start to finish. You know, what is your instinct now and your feelings about the entire project?
Well, we're really proud of the end product. You know, our relationship with Daniels and Daniels was very good. We were very pleased with the end product and the Streetscape project as a whole. The center median with the aggregate sidewalks, the center plaza, and I think the underground utilities made a big difference to the project. The lack of the overhead electrical wiring is a big bonus and just really cleans up the view of the downtown area.
It does, it does. Well, thank you for sharing all along the way. As you know, the director of planning, we wanted to make sure we understood from your standpoint how things were looking and how things were moving along all along the way, and we appreciate you sharing that with us, and we look forward to the future.
That's correct.
Future of Streetscape. Thank you so much, Randy.
Thank you, Kim.
For additional information on the Streetscape project, visit the City of Goldsboro's website. You can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Thank you for staying with us and learning more about what's happening in your city.